Yep.
So we're here with Solus on the corner of Kenmar and Mulberry, and he's working on a piece out here. Can you just give us a little information about the piece you're working on?
Yeah, it's kind of similar to all my work. It's like a boy in a man's world. Been victorious against all odds. Yeah, it's the theme that runs through my work. So yeah, it's just another boy in a man's world.
Is this boy someone specific? Is it can we reveal who the boy is?
I think it's like from my own childhood and overcoming difficulties and stuff like that. So I think that's what comes out in my own work.
What brings you here?
To Little Italy or New York?
To Little Italy.
The Lisa project is here, and I was in New York, and I met up with Wayne, who runs it, and just really wanted to paint here, and yeah, we just got it together. So submitted a few images, and they chose this one. I was hoping they would have chose another one, even though I like this one. I just wanted to do this one bigger somewhere, because I thought it would have looked really cool if it was like just really big and looking down on a road or something, like on a 3-story building or something.
So just to clarify, that's a self-portrait? Is that a self-portrait of yours as well?
Probably, yeah. Because all of my stuff is like punching above your weight, and it's usually like kids, like with boxing gloves or baseball bats or something.
I noticed you do a lot of boxing gloves in your work.
It's not about boxing. It's more about a struggle, like overcoming struggle. Yeah, because people always ask me, "Do you like boxing?" But I don't.
So you never were you ever a boxer?
I used to, yeah, but I don't like. Yeah, I don't watch it or train or anything.
So I noticed that you have some pieces that are in the shape of a heart with gloves.
Yeah.
What's that about?
That's like it has lots of different, like tough love, or it's like stop fighting, start loving, whatever. Yeah, along that theme.
And the lips, you have a lot of lips within.
Yeah, lips is just my logo. So I don't really know it. That's more of more of a love for street art.
And I've seen a piece where it says it's on a life saver, and it says "Street art saved my life." What's that about?
Yeah, so that was when I was going through a really difficult time. I quit drugs and alcohol, and I started to take up street art really seriously. So I kind of replaced all of the bad things I was doing with this. So it just gave me something to do that I loved, and I preferred to do anyway.
And when was that?
Like 2006. Yeah, so I'm from Dublin. I was always kind of creative, but I started to do it more seriously in 2006. I traveled to New York as much as possible. I was here 3 times last year. This is my first time this year, but I've been here almost 9 weeks. So yeah, just trying to get as much work out as possible. I had an exhibition in Montreal, a mural in Toronto, and another wall in Miami. Just trying to get as much work out there as I can while I'm here. And I only have a week left, so.
A lot of artists say, when they paint a wall, they have they have a certain feeling about it, like maybe it's a spiritual experience for them, or other people. They say they might be angry and then they get on a wall. Do you have like a personal sort of?
Yeah, I feel really weird when I'm not being creative. I don't like it. Yeah, I can't. I work.
So before that, were you involved with any kind of art at all? Did you do it through school?
I kind of had left it down. Yeah.
And then since you've been picking it up from 2006, how has that progressed for you? Is it this year been your busiest year? Did you have busier years than others? What do you?
It's been getting busier and busier. Started off doing really small illegal work, And as I progressed, I started getting offered like bigger walls, legal walls, and then sometimes getting paid for walls, and having exhibitions and selling prints and canvases and stuff. So it's progressively got busier.
And you have, you were saying you do canvases, so you do a lot within galleries?
Yeah, I work with galleries as well, yeah.
Do you have representation that handles your work?
Yeah, in New York, in Manhattan, the Dorian Gray Gallery. In Miami, the Adjust. And yeah, lots in Dublin.
And do you have a site that people can go to?
Yeah, solusstreetart.com.
How do you...
SOLUS streetart.com, all one word.
Where do you hope to go with your work, doing the direction you want to take it?
I just want to keep creating and getting busier. I'm just happy to be doing what I'm doing. I really enjoy it. So if I can keep doing it and not have to work a 9 to 5, I'm happy. Yeah. I don't.
Is this what you do full time?
Yeah, I'm a full-time artist now. Yeah.
And has that been kind of since 2006? Or
No.
it started to be full time?
It's only the past few years.
3 years.
Yeah, I was always working like 3 jobs, doing the art on the side. Or
What's your favorite city so far that you've come to?
New York.
And besides New York, some of your other favorite spots?
Probably Amsterdam or Berlin.
I know a lot of artists are being brought to places like Korea and China and things like that. Have you been there, or do you look forward to going there?
I've been to Korea, but I never did any art there. But yeah, maybe someday.
And
So how many murals do you say you do a year?
I don't know, actually. I don't count. I'm trying to become more kind of professional and plan it out. Like spend a certain amount of time in the studio and a certain amount of time on the road. But until now, I've always just, done the next thing. But yeah, because I think it's important to spend time in the studio as well. It's like the band, like writing the album and then they go out on tour or whatever. So yeah, it's important because if you're just constantly going out, you run out of ideas, and like I want to get technically better and stuff like that. So I need to be in the studio to do that. So it's kind of you have to manage your time well, I guess.
And so for your, do you do a lot of prep time, like doing a lot of sketches or drawings before?
Yeah, I like to get a photo of the wall before I do it. It's not always possible because the people who are organising are just busy and they don't understand that. So when you get to a location, sometimes that's the first time you see the wall. And the wall really depends what image goes there, because if it's, rectangular, it needs something rectangular, or if it's weird shape, it can really factor into what image goes there.
I saw that you were doing stuff from photographs, so you draw stuff out as well, or?
Yeah, and sometimes, and I use photographs as reference too.
There was another piece that you were talking about. What is your ideal piece that you would like to, your next ideal piece that you'd like to get out on the wall?
I don't know, I find the next piece the most difficult to come up with ideas of what to do. I find that really hard because it's hard to consistently have really good ideas, so I'm constantly trying to think of new stuff to do.
And is there any other artists that are out on the streets that you really gravitate to, that you admire or respect?
Yeah, there's loads. There's so many. Usually people who just can see are working really hard and constantly churning out new work. Yeah, I find that really, that helps me to keep going as well. Sometimes it makes me feel lazy, but...
What about collaborating? Do you collaborate a lot with?
Rarely, just because, not because I don't like to, just I haven't really thought about it.
I know that sometimes it helps artists when they collaborate to get recognized in another country even further.
Yeah, it's definitely a good thing, yeah.
Are there any artists that you would like to collaborate with?
There's loads, yeah. I don't know any offhand, but there's there's so many.
And then the style that you do, what style would you call it?
I don't know, really.
So I know it's a mix between aerosol. It looks like you have some stencil aspect to it with your signature.
Yeah.
So are you?
Yeah, I do stencils with smaller work, and then the bigger works I don't usually use stencils on because they're just too big.
So what were you doing before you were doing street art?
Working as an engineer, hardware engineer, fixing like computers and stuff.